Hello, I'm Sam Loveland, Vice President of Customer Success at ServiceNow. Today, we would like you to meet one of our success professionals, Chad Whaley, and understand how he works with our customers to help them achieve their desired outcomes with ServiceNow. So welcome, Chad.
Thanks, Sam. Excited to be here.
So we just heard from Northwestern Mutual on how they're working with ServiceNow customer success on their journey. It'd be great to hear more about how you work with them to help them drive their success. So let's start learning more about you, Chad. Tell us a bit about your background and your role here at ServiceNow.
Sure. So I'm a success architect. I've been in the role for about 2.5 years now. Prior to that, I was with a partner for about 7 years, and I was a customer for 2 years prior to that. So I've got about 10 years experience in the ServiceNow ecosystem itself. My IT experience goes back over 20 years, way back to when I was a 16-year-old doing tech support for a local dial-up company.
So a techie diehard and a knowledgeable asset to our ServiceNow team. So how does Success Architect work with our customers to drive success?
So I think it all starts with being hyper-focused on value, right? We spend a great deal of time getting to know our customers, understanding their business, understanding their work streams, and the roles that play within the company. So we use things called success readiness assessments to engage that conversation. Those success readiness assessments really give us a good perspective on where our customers are from a maturity standpoint, where they are with their initiatives across different lines of business, and then how the messaging is flowing top down throughout the organization. And we use those assessments to really build out a customer success plan that's tailored for their unique circumstances in their business. Not all customers, not success doesn't look the same for all customers. So for Northwestern Mutual, they're very early in an ITSM transformation implementation. For one of my other customers, they've been a customer for quite a while now, a number of years, and they've adopted many, many different products. So the success plan for those two organizations looks very, very different, but the value is still there, right? That's the key focus that we have when going through these engagements, is making sure that we're pulling out all of the value that's attainable in a schedule that accommodates their initiatives. The other piece is that we like to work across multiple horizontals within the organization. So those success plans and those initiatives that we're driving don't span just one work stream. They don't focus on just one concept. They're tailored, and they're focused on any initiative that can happen across the enterprise.
So it's interesting, you talked a bit about prescriptive guidance, but tailoring it to the customer's needs based on the interviews that you do for the SRAs or the success readiness assessments. So I'd like to hear a little bit more how you work with a customer's team in this new world of remote engagement.
Yeah, I like to use the 6Ps approach. I'll do the 5P version to keep it PG, but it's proper planning prevents poor performance. I take a lot of additional time to make sure that I understand the context of any engagement or meeting that I'm having with a customer, make sure I understand what their roles are, what focus areas they want to drill into, so that I can tailor the message and the content in such a way that it's relevant for them. It's using their terminology. It's focused on key challenges and initiatives that they're trying to drive, rather than try to make it completely generic, right? The other thing is, obviously, we use tools like virtual meeting spaces and the ServiceNow platform to manage and track these engagements, to make sure that everything is flowing well. We're managing the status and getting progress on the work that's being done. But I personally like to take the extra step of really driving home that kind of virtual water cooler type discussion. Getting to know my customers, developing a personal relationship with them, so I can have that rapport that really opens up a really productive dialogue, regardless of what we happen to be discussing on any given day.
Yeah, so it's just as important to build that personal relationship as it is to build the business relationship. Are there any special skills and knowledge you and other success architects have to help our customers succeed?
Yeah, I work with a lot of really, really great peers, and one thing that we all have in common is we bring a lot of breadth of experience to the table. Many of us come from vastly different backgrounds, but it's fairly consistent that most of us, or many of us, have experience from multiple horizontals, multiple verticals. So we're comfortable in our role going in and having a positive and constructive dialogue with anyone within an organization, both from a top-down perspective as well as from a horizontal perspective, right? We know how to tailor our conversations to be relevant for different work streams, and we know how to make sure that the content that we're delivering and the message that we're putting forth is relevant for each individual based on their role within the company.
Yeah, I think one other thing I'd also add about the team is they're passionate, right? They're passionate about ServiceNow and making our customers successful. So I definitely think that that's another key to the secret sauce for our team here. Do you have any advice for the audience on how to drive success with ServiceNow?
I think success needs to be a team sport. If you look at any engagement, there's often a lot of different individuals playing a lot of different roles. But one thing that really needs to be consistent across all of them is they need to be bought into success. They all need to understand what the goals and desired outcomes are, and what the plan is for getting there. And that's not just from a success team, that's not just for the customer. The partners play a critical role in that as well. So it's really important that everyone in that engagement, whether it's customers, partners, or ServiceNow, are all interacting with one another, all having productive conversations and keying off of each other. We all have a seat at that table and we all have a role to play. And it's really critical that everyone embraces that so that we can do things constructively, like challenge the status quo, right? Drive change and drive innovation within those initiatives that we're driving in an organization.
Yeah, absolutely agree that partners are a key part of the team. As Bill will say, teamwork makes the dream work. So, Chad, thank you for sharing your valuable insight on how you work with our customers to drive success. It's this close partnership between you, the partners, and our customers that accelerates time to value and creates better outcomes. So, thank you, Chad.
Thank you so much, Sam.
You can learn more about ServiceNow customer success at our Customer Success Center, www.servicenow.com/success.